meet for the first time this season. Heart of Midlothian and Rangers. Two of Scotland's biggest clubs. Johnson spoons it back in. Muirhead for Hearts. Robbie Muirhead. His first goal for the club. Walker right across the face of goal. And Muirhead again. Robbie Muirhead and the double. It might well be Robbie Nielsen's last game in charge. Hearts 2, Rangers 0.
Hearts were sensational back in November, producing their performance of this season. It was Robbie Nielsen's parting gift. But 2 months on, and Gorgie is now a very different place. Ian Cathro calls the shots now. 9 new players have arrived in this window, and the Jambos have dropped from 2nd place down to 4th. There's a rebuilding job on at Tynecastle. Rangers left here in a state of shock after their last visit, outplayed and overpowered. Mark Warburton knows there's a score to settle in Edinburgh. His team arrive here after back-to-back victories now. They've regrouped and they're in a fight for the runners-up spot. Every point matters just now, with Aberdeen exerting plenty of pressure. This is one of the standout fixtures in the Premiership season. Tynecastle will be alive with noise. It's another sellout. It's a potentially defining evening for the men in maroon. Kick-off here is just under half an hour away. Here's how it stands. Rangers are second, 2 points clear of Aberdeen, but they've played a game more. The gap between the Dons and Hearts is now 9, with St Johnstone also level in points with the Jambos. 2 games were played last night, vital wins recorded for Hamilton and Motherwell. This evening, the top 5 are all in action. Celtic take on Aberdeen and Thistle host St Johnstone, both significant. We'll bring you updates as the night goes on. Joining us here tonight in Gorgie, Gary Locke, the former Hearts captain and manager as well, Terry Butcher and Stephen Craigan. Look, we're really looking forward to this game because of what happened here back in November, but as I've just said, so much change. Has that taken you by surprise, the number of new faces here?
Yeah, well, you touched on it earlier. You know, Hearts played really well here last time out against Rangers and thoroughly deserved to win 2-0. Now you look at their side and it's completely different. So it'll be interesting to see how the new lads, you know, settle in. If they come in, they're going to have to hit the ground running, especially with Hearts' recent run of results. But if they do that, you know, they're more than capable of getting a result tonight.
It's a different game now, isn't it, Terry, from last time?
Well, it certainly is. You know, Robbie Muirhead, who scored this goal, and the second goal, is not playing for argument's sake. He's down at MK Dons with Robbie Nielsen, but Hearts absolutely dominated this game. Rangers certainly weren't at the races, and Hearts did pull level with Rangers in 2nd place, and they went to 2nd place. And since then, Rangers have pulled 11 points clear. It shows a difference.
Yeah, and there is a big difference when you look at the starting lineups on that very night, and you can see there are 6 new faces in from Robbie Nielsen's side. That, like, 5 of the new signings are starting for Hearts tonight as well. How important is it that these fans around us here, the Hearts fans, see an encouraging display?
Well, there's probably something we haven't had over the past, 4 or 5 games. There's been a lot of discontent amongst the Hearts fans. Here, but we speak about the 30th of November because it was such a strong, powerful performance from Hearts. It's what I remembered from coming here playing against Hearts. The fans' energy, pushing the team forward, driving them forward. A really high, intense game, putting you under pressure, turning you, getting down the side. It seems to have gone a little bit flat under Ian Cathro. Whether it's a change of style, a change of tactics of what they're trying to do, but this place needs intensity, and the Hearts team have to give that tonight.
And I said this could be defining tonight, but even the next 3 games beyond this tonight, Motherwell away, which we've also got live at the weekend, and then Hibs in the Scottish Cup. Would you say it could be defining, Gary?
Yeah, and it's unbelievable to say that, when you've got a manager who's only been in the job a short space of time. But unfortunately, as a manager these days, you didn't get time. So you're right, the next two games at Tynecastle are huge for everyone connected with Hearts, especially with them getting Hibs in the Cup as well. And you will have to get a couple of results, there's no doubt about that.
Gary, how big will the Hibs game be? I know we're talking about Rangers tonight, but as an ex-Hearts captain and manager, that is a huge, huge moment in the future of Ian Cathro.
Yeah, well, obviously I'm disappointed that it wasn't Wraith Rovers that's playing Hibs.
Yeah, of course.
But, it is a huge game for Hearts now, because I think you saw with the reaction the last time that they played Hibs in the Cup, the fact they were 2-0 up and then Hibs came back in it and then ended up putting Hearts out and then went on to win the trophy. A lot of Hearts fans are obviously look at that game and they're pretty bitter about it. So they've got Hibs here in the next round, and they'll certainly have to win the game.
But also after that Hibs game, there's about a run of about 3 or 4 games where Hearts play teams in the bottom 6. So they've got an opportunity then to get on a good run, get a good system going. I think it's just a change of the ideas, Ian Cathro's new ideas compared to Robbie's.
Also, I wonder if Rangers learnt a lot that night as well, because if you look at their starting 11 to the one they're playing, they've made 5 changes from that game, and Matt Crooks and players like that have been sent out on loan now as well, as you know. Just one change from the last game, I should tell you. O'Halloran is suspended, so one change, Waghorn into the starting lineup, but look at the difference.
It won't actually be the change of personnel for me, Dan, what I'll be judging tonight. It'll be their style of play. And I know we keep speaking about Mark wanting to play a certain way, and Rangers do. Hearts bullied them the last time they played here. They played a really high pressing game. Rangers got caught out. They were on the back foot. They couldn't get any rhythm going. Will they change it slightly? Will they go a little bit more direct early on? Will Mark Warburton have learned in Davy Weir? Will they have had questions that, do you know what, we can't start that way, we have to go long early on? That'll be interesting for me.
I think Mark Warburton's also said he doesn't really know what to expect here. So he doesn't know what he's going to get from this Hearts 11.
No, but I think he knows what he's going to get from his Rangers team. I was up in Lewis and Harris at the Rangers Supporters Club up there in Stornoway, and they're pretty happy with the way things are going. They still like to see, obviously, this good run continue. And Rangers have some good games coming up as well, when they obviously got Celtic in the end of the month as well. So yeah, I think you'll know roughly how Hearts are going to play, but he'd be pretty pleased with the way his team's played, particularly in the second half against Motherwell last week.
Gentlemen, thank you very much for now. Let's hear from Rangers' 2 new midfielders then. Both have caught the eye. Emerson Hindman, he's been very good, hasn't he, on loan from Bournemouth, and John Torrell on loan from Arsenal as well. They spoke to Ailey Barber this week.
You know, you're surrounded by different people, different teammates, and but here it's been very easy to settle in, and the guys have made me feel really comfortable, which I'm thankful for.
John, you obviously knew Mark from before. Does that make it easier?
Yeah, I think for me to make this move, to know the manager already, the style of play he has, and everything was a little bit easier for me. I've been through a few loans already, so I know it can be hard to change teams and get into a new dressing room, but I mean, the lads here were great, and everyone was in the club has welcomed us very well.
It must be great then to go straight into the team so quickly.
Yeah, you know, I think that all results from training. I think, you know, from the boys making me feel comfortable to the manager, you know, having the faith to start me so quickly. I think that always helps.
How often do you both speak to your managers down south?
It was good to know that Arsene, the boss at Arsenal, was keen on me making this move, because it's important that you know the club you go from is happy with the move I was going to make, and the relationship that Mark has with Arsene at Arsenal. It's really good that Arsenal knows that when they send players to teams that Mark's managed, it's happened before, and it's worked well. So that relationship really helped me.
For me, you know, Eddie's, you know, a class manager. He, you know, I approached him asking if Rangers would be a good move for me, just to get his opinion, and you know, he was all for it. He told me the development I'd have here would be great, and he trusted the manager completely. Expectations are very high here, and I think you can see that from day one as a player. And obviously the club is massive and has a huge support. So I mean, we go into every game, you know, preparing to win. You know, that's kind of the level this club's at.
They always expect us to win, and that's what we need to go and try and do every weekend. I mean, we have to go and win every game, and I think with the squad, the players here is very good, and we're going to enjoy it. And I think we can use that kind of pressure to make us better for the rest of our careers.
Where would you both like to see yourselves in the next sort of 5 years or so?
I'll let you take that one.
I don't know what I'm going to eat tomorrow. So with loans, you always try and do the best for the team you are, and then hope you can go back and, for me, establish myself at first team at Arsenal. But I know that's very hard. I mean, I know the level of players at Arsenal and everything. But I'm just going to try my best, and whatever comes. I mean, I'm enjoying my football here. Football's
a crazy game. It's hard to say where you'd be in 5 years for anyone. But no, I think you just as a player, you want to live in the moment, and for me, I just want to enjoy my time at Rangers and really make the most of it.
And all the players are out warming up. There is a little bit of concern from the Hearts ground staff tonight, how much the pitch is actually cutting up where the players are warming up, and it's a little bit of a problem, probably for players as well like Emerson Hindman, who like to get the ball down and pass it around. And has he been the standout of the new signings so far for Rangers in this window,
Well, he was very good on Saturday against Motherwell. You know, when it went 10v10, it suited Rangers because there's lots more space to play in. He wants to play in behind the midfield. You know, I suppose the common phrase nowadays is playing in pockets of space. That's what he wants to do. He's always looking to receive the ball. He's always playing behind midfield, so they're not too sure where he is. And he's always looking to open up defences. So terrific talent and really, really good technically.
Low knees, of course, though. Can I ask you what you think of the transfer strategy in this window, Terry? Because there'll be players who are watching on, like Josh Windus and others, wondering, they're here for the long term, they think, but they're not going to be playing because of low knees coming in. And I know some of the Rangers fans have been wondering if the strategy's right. What do you think?
That's the system, that's football, that's what you do as a manager. You get players in, you want a bigger squad as possible, and you want competition, particularly in that midfield area. Rangers have been pretty weak in there with injuries so far this season, so two players like that coming in just says to someone like Jason Holt, I think the first time he was left out was last Saturday, which was a blow for him, but because he's been very, very good, so he's got to up his game. It just says now to all the players in that midfield section, you've got to play well to get in the team, and if you do play well, you've got to stay in the team.
I believe Emerson Heinemann, by the way, from Texas, his family, his parents are here tonight, so really nice night for him as well. It's usually a pretty good atmosphere to play at here, as Matt Crooks found out last time, didn't he, in his first start for Rangers this season. Okay, up next we'll hear from both of the managers. Ian Cathro will want to see an improvement in his much changed Hearts. He's made 3 more alterations from the team that lost at Celtic Park, and Mark Warburton's hoping his side can secure a 3rd consecutive win and register 3 points away a top 5 club for the first time this campaign. Welcome back. We're in the capital tonight ahead of the greatly anticipated rematch between Hearts and Rangers at Tynecastle. Both teams in need of points, and that should mean we're in for another cracking encounter.
Cowboys forever! There's no Teddies, the Tigers are running tonight! Get out of there!
My word, kick-off at 7:45. This is the team news. Hearts have made 3 changes, including Esmail Gonçalves. It's a debut from him. Bjorn Jonsson also starts an attacking-looking lineup, and in defence, Aaron Hughes at 37 will be vital. He's alongside Christian Novak at centre-back. As for Rangers, Martin Waghorn comes into the team with Michael O'Halloran suspended. That's the only change for Mark Warburton. And Kenny Miller, with 4 goals in his last 3 games, will be in the front line, out of contract at the end of the season, but still so crucial. Right, let's hear from the Hearts head coach now, Ian Cathro, with Ailey Barber.
Well, Ian, it's been a very busy month for you. How satisfied are you with the way that the squad is now looking?
Yeah, we're happy. We're happy that we've managed to strengthen the squad. We've got ourselves options now. Obviously, with that comes competition, and yeah, we set out to try and give ourselves a more balanced squad to be able to have more options throughout games. So we now have that, and we're pleased with it.
You talk about balance on the pitch, but with so many comings and goings, how has it affected balance within the dressing room?
It's a natural thing when new people come together. There's the social aspect of things, but that comes down to the people that we're bringing, and we're bringing ready, mature professionals to be part of this, and we all have open minds and open arms for them to join us, and we're in this fight together.
It's a really big sort of week and a half, 2 weeks coming up for you with the game tonight, Saturday, and then the Edinburgh Derby and the Scottish Cup. How important is it that they all hit the ground running, and how defining could this period be for you this season?
It's an exciting period. It's an exciting 10 days to 2 weeks, and we're all just looking forward to it. I really think it's as simple as that. We're ready for it. We're up for the challenge. We've now got more people with us. We're now stronger. We have more options, more competition. Again, that makes us even stronger, and we just want to get on with it.
All the best tonight, Ian. Thank you.
Thank you.
He's come in, he's not off to the best start, but one thing's for sure, he's brave because he's made this number of changes in this January transfer window. 9 new players have arrived, 5 of those players are in the starting lineup tonight, and it looks as if it's a slightly different strategy, Gary, from when you were in charge. That was young players coming through the academy, giving them a chance. Why do you think it's different now? And also, will these fans around us, if some of these foreign imports don't hit the ground running, will they be hard on them?
Yeah, I think over the years, Hearts fans have always tended to get behind their own. We've had a lot of good foreign players over the years as well, and they do get behind them as well, but there's no doubt about it that they've made a lot of changes, and for me, although they have made a lot of changes to the team, I think the most important player for Hearts is a young lad that's come through the academy, Jamie Walker.
Yeah.
He's been outstanding
Top
recently,
scorer.
and they'll need another big performance from him tonight.
Look, they're looking for more goals in this team. That's why they've got Esmail Gonçalves in. He's one of the players they've actually paid money for and given a long-term contract to. Craig Levein, he's been scouring European European markets. He's actually said that this Scottish market might be a little bit too expensive for Hearts now, so he's gone to Greece, he's gone to some of the Scandinavian countries as well, and of course Cyprus.
Well, they're trying to get value for money, and if they feel as if value for money is going away into the foreign market and getting them fine, but I think it's important to have players who know the Scottish game or have played before, and I think Gonçalves knows the game. He knows what to expect. He'll know what the atmosphere is like here at Tynecastle. But again, as a striker, you're going to be judged on scoring goals. Ian Cathall's going to be judged on winning games, so these players have to be good.
That, of course, in a cup final, and it was a painful one for you that day, wasn't it?
Yeah, thanks for reminding me of that.
You know all about him, though, don't you?
First game in charge. Yeah, he's a good finisher, the lad, and you know, Ian Cathall will be looking for him to get them a few goals.
Yeah, and Aaron Hughes as well at the other end of the pitch at 37. I know you know him well, Steve, but Terry, as a centre half, do you think he is the kind of influence they need?
Well, he's a good talker as well. He's got great experience in that position. This Hearts team's never played together before, so you need characters and experienced players like that at the back to sort things out from that back four. So he's got great experience, as we say, and he's a good player.
Your old teammate as well?
Yeah.
Your old roommate?
Listen, he's a great role model. He looks after himself. The young players will learn off being beside someone like Aaron Hughes.
OK, let's hear from the Rangers manager now, Mark Warburton, looking for a third straight victory tonight. Here he is with Ailey Barber.
Well, Mark, now that the window has slammed shut, so to speak, how happy are you with the business that's been done?
Yeah, pleased. We know we had to fill the midfield void. We lost some players, and delighted to get the creativity of John and Emerson and Jack in terms of the goalkeeping slot as well. So no, we're pleased with that. Now we move forward second half of the season.
In an ideal world, would you have liked to have had a couple more permanent signings in?
No, not really. It's what's available to you. It's what represents value for your club. And as I say, the loan market works really well. You utilise that. What we have to do is show the parent club we look after their assets, send them back better players, and hopefully get the next tranche of players for the following season. So it's about developing that trust. The loan market does work well, but as I say, if the permanents come along, then you sign up, but they must represent value for the club.
You mentioned the loan players, they've certainly hit the ground running. No surprise that they both start again here tonight.
No, it's difficult. The bench was strong Saturday, and to see people like Jason Holt not starting tonight tells you we're in a decent place squad-wise. But Emerson and John were very strong, Andy behind them, and we had a very good second half on Saturday. So hopefully we can maintain that this evening.
All the best tonight, Mark. Thank you.
Thanks very much indeed. Thank you.
He certainly wants a response. I think he said they've got some making up to do given the way they played here last time. But a key man again is Kenny Miller, of course, he's been sensational in recent weeks, hasn't he, with 4 goals in the last 3, Terry?
Yeah, he has. He's been absolutely brilliant. He's led the way. You know, he's not going to run about as much as he used to, but he runs about to his maximum, but also takes chances as well. You know, he's a great finisher. He's always Johnny on the spot when it comes down to it. You know, and if Rangers can give him the supply and give the balls across the face of the goal, he'll thrive on that and put the ball in the back of the net. And when you've got someone like that up front, it gives you a lot of confidence as well.
He's an infectious character, isn't he? He's an infectious character. He's one of those players that if you were in his team with the energy and the effort and the determination and the running power, he would actually bring you with him, and I think that's what he gives to the players.
Why have they not given him a new contract then? When Mark Warburton's made it clear he wants him signed up, why have the board not backed him in this one?
Well, listen, you know, we're not privy to these conversations. We have no idea what's going on. I would suspect Kenny will be a Rangers player next year. Whether they're waiting, whether it's finances, whether they're waiting to see what Mark wants to do in the summer, I have no idea, but I'll be very, very surprised if he wasn't at Rangers next year.
The manager must be frustrated that he's not put pen to paper yet.
Yeah, I think he will be, but you know, you see the amount of goals he's scored there, and he's an experienced player now, Kenny, and he maybe doesn't run about as much, but he runs when it matters.
Yeah.
You see the goals there, when the ball's wide, that's when he comes alive. And I'm pretty sure, you know, Mark and Davey will get his situation sorted out in the not too distant future.
Okay, gentlemen, thank you very much indeed. It's starting to get loud in here, which means one thing: we're almost ready for the action. A big night under the lights at Tynecastle, a game that could well give us plenty more storylines regardless of the winner. There's a fair bit of intrigue ahead of this one. Kick-off next.